Assalamu alaikum. Today on Noran Academy, we discuss innovation with conscience. If you benefit, please support by subscribing and sharing as a sadaqah.
Everywhere you look, it feels like we're just constantly celebrating the new. New apps, new gadgets, new ways to do just about everything. And look, it makes sense. Human ingenuity is an incredible thing, right? It's this powerful force that's just reshaping our world at a dizzying speed.
But, in the middle of all that excitement, our faith, it asks us to just take a breath, to pause and ask a much deeper, more critical question. And this isn't about stopping progress, not at all. It's about guiding it. It's about looking past that shiny new thing and asking, what's the real cost here?
So that leads us to a really crucial distinction we have to make. We've got to learn how to tell the difference between just an advance, just moving forward for the sake of it, and what we might call true progress. And what's true progress? Well, it's moving forward in a way that actually genuinely helps people. Because let's be honest, not everything new is actually good.
Think about innovation like this. It's a tool, and like any really powerful tool, it's neutral. It's not inherently good or bad, but man, it holds this immense potential for both. You can use it to create medicines that heal, or you can use it to build weapons that harm. You can build systems that lift people up or platforms that totally exploit them. The choice? That comes down to the person who builds it.
Okay, let's be absolutely clear about something here. Islam has never been against innovation. It's not against seeking knowledge or trying to build a better world. In fact, our faith has always encouraged it. But, and this is a huge but, it demands something in return. It insists that if you have the power to create something new, you also have this non-negotiable responsibility for what it does in the world. So if we're going to be responsible creators, we need a completely different way to measure what success even looks like. We need, a new set of metrics, an ethical compass to guide us. I mean, just look at the contrast here. The world so often measures success by, what? How fast can you grow? How big can you get? How much money can you make? But the Islamic framework, it sets a totally different standard. It asks, is this actually beneficial for people? Does it promote justice? Is it built on a foundation of mercy, of rahmah? See, those are the questions that define what real success is.
And that brings us to the most crucial point, the ultimate test. It's this. If a new piece of tech, a new system, whatever it is, if it strips away human dignity, our privacy, our freedom to choose, our ability to genuinely connect with each other, then it doesn't matter one bit how profitable or efficient it is. From our perspective, it's already failed. Period.
And look, this isn't just some abstract theory, right? We see the costs of this kind of unchecked innovation all around us. Every single day, we see platforms that are literally designed to get us addicted, to keep us scrolling for hours. We see our own personal data getting scraped up and exploited, and we see these incredibly powerful new tools that, instead of bringing people together, are actually driving us further apart, making inequality even worse. And you have to remember, none of this happened by accident.
So this really brings the focus right back to the people who are creating all this stuff. The builders, the engineers, the designers. If you're one of those people, if you're someone building the future, you have this profound responsibility to protect it.
You see, being a Muslim innovator, it's not just about how good you are at coding or engineering. It's about having moral courage. It's the courage to stop and ask the really hard questions about what your work is doing to people. It's the wisdom to actually slow down when the whole world is screaming at you to speed up. And it's having the integrity to say no to those harmful shortcuts, even when they look so tempting.
And that's such an important way to reframe this, isn't it? The world might look at that breakneck speed of development and call it brave or disruptive. But let's call it what it is. If it's done without any real thought about the ethical consequences, it's not bravery, it's negligence. It's a failure to care for the very people you're supposed to be helping. Okay, so how do we actually do this? How do we put it into practice? Well, here's a simple 4-step framework to think about. First, ask yourself who really benefits from this. Second, and this one's harder, who might get hurt by this, even if I don't mean for them to? Third, design with some restraint. Just because you can build a feature doesn't mean you should. And finally, the most important one of all, remember who you're really answering to. It's not the market, it's Allah, subhanahu wa ta'ala.
And when we start to apply these principles, a whole different picture of the future begins to emerge. A future that isn't just about growth for the sake of growth, but about wise growth, intentional growth, conscientious growth.
Just imagine what we could build with that mindset.
Technology that actually helps heal the divisions in our societies. A whole culture of innovation that's built on humility, not arrogance. Imagine focusing on creating real, lasting benefit for humanity instead of just chasing the next quarterly profit. This isn't anti-progress. This is the definition of true, wise progress.
Because at the end of everything, all of it, this is the question that's going to matter more than any other. On the day of judgment, we're not going to be asked about our profit margins or our processing speeds. We're going to be asked one simple, profound question. Did what you create, did it help my creation?
And that right there, that's the foundational principle. The ability to create, to innovate, to literally change the world, that's power. And in our faith, that power can never be separated from mercy. The second you pull those two apart, that's when progress becomes dangerous.
So what's the takeaway from all of this? It's simple, really. The future of our communities, the future of the Ummah, it's not going to be saved by technology. The tools are not the saviors. The future is going to be built, and it's going to be protected by people. People, just like you, who make the choice to innovate with a conscience.
Now, the responsibility here is huge, I know, but so is the opportunity. So go ahead, build the future, innovate boldly, but do it with responsibility. Do it in a way that protects the soul of humanity. Be one of them.
Presented and created by Naran Studio.